All right, CP Finite, welcome to lesson 2.3. This time, look at these systems of three variables. Here's where it might start to get a little challenging, but watch these examples and, of course, try your very best. So, with systems of three variables, you have some different options to solve these algebraically, okay? The first thing I recommend is let's label the equations, okay? So this first equation, I'm going to say it's smiley face. This second one is frowny face. And this last one is going to be smiley face with a hat, okay? Make it fun for yourself, why not? Okay, so our first method we can use here, I'm going to show you, and it's going to be helpful to use substitution, okay? Now, it's going to look a little bit different, but that's how we'll get started. So if you notice of these three equations, the first equation has a whole bunch of coefficients of 1, okay? And what we can then do is from smiley face, we can take one of those variables and solve for it. So our game plan is going to be to solve for x, okay? You could solve for y, you could solve for z. I'm going to solve for x, which means smiley face reveals that x is really negative y plus z minus 1, okay? I subtracted the y, I added the z, and that's what I get. Now, with that solved for x, okay, what we can then do is, so that is what x is, we're going to substitute it into both of the other equations, in for frown and in for hat. Now make sure we are substituting x, okay? So it's going to be a little lengthy, but hey, it'll be all right. So the new frowny face with x is going to be 4 quantity negative y plus z minus 1, and then minus 3y and plus 2z and equals 16. The new hat equation, I'm just going to draw a hat, is 2 times, again, the negative y minus plus z, getting ahead of myself, minus 1, minus 2y, minus 3z equals 5. So the only thing I substituted in was the x. From there, we just have some simplifying and distributing to do. So we are going to just simplify frowny face, negative 4y plus 4z minus 4, and then minus 3y and plus 2z equals 16. I know it's a little workout for your arm, or your hand, but that's okay. Minus 2y plus 2z minus 2, and we have the rest. Okay? Now, with those, we got a lot going on. So let's simplify each of those there. So just keeping track, this is frowny face, and this is hat. Frowny face simplified. Let's combine our y's. So negative 7y plus 6z. And I'm going to go ahead and add the 4 to the other side. That way we're in what looks a little more comfortable to us. 2 variables on one side equals on the other. The new hat equation is negative 2y minus 2y, so negative 4y. Add our z's together, minus z. And I'll add the 2 to the other side, equals 7. Okay, so notice we went from 3 systems with 3 variables to now 2 systems with 2 variables. And once you get to here, it's really just old school substitution or elimination. So from here, these are going to involve your 2.2 skills. You can use substitution, you could use elimination, whatever you're comfortable with. I am going to show elimination. So from here, I notice the top is a 6z. Down here, I have a negative z. So I'm going to multiply by 6. You could use substitution. You could do whatever you'd like, as long as it's algebraically sound. 6 times negative 4 is negative 24y minus 6z equals 42. So again, it's going to be important to stay organized. I know my smiley faces and such are silly, but stay organized. So now I'm just dealing with frown in the new hat. And if I add those two, negative 7 and negative 24 is negative 31. The z's would cancel and equals 62. All right, look at that. Divide by 31, divide by 31, and y equals negative 2. Little mini pat on the back because you got one variable. Now, with one variable, we still need to find x and z. When you have one variable, you have to work your way back up. So we'll substitute into an equation that has two variables. You could choose any of these three equations. I will choose negative 7 times y here. So negative 7 times negative 2 plus 6z equals 20. And that's 14 plus 6z equals 20. So 20z is 20, and divided by 20, 20 over 20 is 1. So now we're extra happy. We have two variables, and with two variables, you can go right up to the top, and you can pick any of our original smiley, frown, hat, or you could even choose the one we solved. So actually, I'll choose that one because then we'll find x right off the bat. So x is equal to negative of negative 2, which is y, plus 1 minus 1, and then we get x is equal to 2 plus 1 minus 1, x simply equals 2. So the coordinates are x, y, and z, and you could write them as 2, negative 2, and 1. I know, it's a lot of work, but hopefully after some practice, you'll find it's not too bad. Be careful, a lot of places to make little mistakes, okay? So that's substitution method to start, alrighty? For number, let's go down to 2, okay? For number 2, you can use substitution again, but I also want to show you an elimination type style. Elimination. So I have substitutors, and I also have elimination. Elimination, it's a little more work on the front, but less work later on, whereas substitution is kind of the opposite. So when I look at these, again, let's label them. This will be star, this will be diamond, and that will be square. When I look at these, okay, I want to think, what is the easiest variable to cross out to eliminate between star and diamond? And I'm going to write this for myself as a note that the easiest one, really, I mean, nothing's too crazy. I'll say, let's eliminate the y's. Also, from the bottom two, I have to eliminate the same variable. So that's my game plan. I recommend having a game plan. Okay? You don't need to write this, but that's my game plan. Is from the first two equations, eliminate y. From the second two, eliminate y. And we'll see what happens. Okay? So I'm going to focus on star and diamond. And I'll just rewrite them. X minus 2y plus 3z equals 7. And 2x plus y plus z equals 4. If I'm just focusing on these two, and I wanted to eliminate the y's, what I would have to do is multiply all of diamond by 2. So I'm going to take 2 times diamond. 2 times diamond then would give me 4x plus 2y plus 2z equals 8. So this is 2 times diamond. Now, you can focus on just kind of ignoring this stuff. We multiplied it by 2. We can focus on eliminating star in our new diamond equation. X and 4x would be 5x. The y's would eliminate. That's what we wanted. Don't forget about the z's. That would be 5z. And don't forget about the last column. 7 plus 8 is going to be 15. Now we have a new equation. Okay, we'll label this one circle. Alrighty, that's just a new one. We have to stop for that set of equations, but I still need to go back to my game plan and now eliminate y from the other two. So now I'll take diamond and square. With diamond and square, 2x plus y plus z equals 4. Negative 3x plus 2y minus 2z equals negative 10. And the key thing is you have to choose the same variable to eliminate. The same variable. Even though it might be easier to take care of the z's, we want to stick with the same ones. So to do that, if I multiply the top equation by negative 2, that would give me negative 4x minus 2y. Notice those will end up canceling. Minus 2z equals negative 8. And then, hopefully everything should work out. So minus 7x, y's cancel, minus 4z equals negative 18. So yet again, we have a fifth equation here. Running out of things to label. Triangle will be this one. Now with circle and triangle, it's just going to be a process of substitution or elimination method. 5x plus 5z equals 15. Negative 7x minus 4z equals negative 18. Elimination or substitution from here. Let's see. So certainly, if you want to pause and try it out, again, there's different methods you can take. I am going to multiply the top equation by 4, the bottom equation by 5. Okay, I'm an eliminator. So my new circle is then 20x plus 20y equals 15 times 4, 60. 5 and negative 7 is negative 35. Minus 20y equals negative 18 times 5, which is negative 90. And then more elimination to go. That's negative 15x. Y's are gone. Equals negative 30. And all that, x equals 2. We divide by negative 15. It should be a rewarding feeling when you get there. I know you're like, oh, this is a pain. But, okay, your brain just did a lot of work, and kudos to you. You got x equals 2. Now, same idea as last problem. You can now work your way back up the chain. So you can substitute into either the original circle and triangle. I will choose triangle this time. Negative 7 times 2 equals negative 4, well, minus 4z, sorry, equals negative 18. So that's negative 14 minus 4z equals negative 18. Add the 14, add the 14. Negative 4z equals negative 4. And look at that, negative 4 and z equals 1. Almost there. Great stuff. And with x and z now, you can substitute into either of the very originals. Triangle, not triangle, star, diamond, or square. I will choose feeling square. Okay, so -3. Did we find x? Yes, that's 2. Plus 2. We did not find y yet. Minus 2 times z. And equals -10. And -6 plus 2y minus 2 equals -10. 2y minus 8 is -10. Add the 8, and 2y equals -2. So y equals -1, dividing by 2. And bada bing, bada boom, x equals 2. Remember our coordinate points. Y is -1, and z is 1. So awesome job getting there. Okay, so we just watched you just watched 2 different methods. Okay, I will go through these other examples, but I very much encourage you to try them. Try them out. Try either method. For 3 here, I would recommend substitution and solving for x. So certainly give it a pause and solve for x, and then think about how we did the last example. I'll go ahead and tackle it here. So I'm going to solve that for x. That means x is equal to 2y plus z plus 8, moving those things over. And what do we do from here? Plug it on in the other 2. Okay, so 2 times 2y plus z plus 8 minus 3y plus z equals 23. By the way, label these out. Smiley. And so forth. So this is the new equation. Here is frown. 4 times 2y plus z plus 8 minus 3y. Sorry, not minus 3y. Getting ahead of myself. Minus 5y plus 5z equals 53. So as I just did, there's a lot of numbers going on here. So I encourage you, take your time, make sure you substitute things in right, and then go from there. So some simplifying and so forth. This is 4y. I'm going to kind of do both at the same time. Oh, he's brave. Plus 2z plus 4z plus 16 plus 32. 8 times 4, 32. Minus 3y minus 5y plus z plus 5z. You don't need to do it this way, certainly. 53. Simplify. Adding like terms together. So just a regular y plus 3z and equals, if I subtract 16, 23 minus 16, 7. And bottom equation, 8y minus 5y is 3y. Z's, 4 and 5 is 9. And subtract 32. 53 minus 32 is 21. Okay. So now I'm at meh and frown. You can again choose any method. If you want to stick with substitution, you can still do that. So y can equal negative 3x or 3z plus 7. And you could substitute that in. So you could be a substituter. You could be an eliminator. Decisions, they are all yours. Okay? Just make sure you're distributing and keeping track of the same things. Negative 9z plus 21 plus 9z equals 21. What do we get here? Whoa, 9 and negative 9 cancel. 21 equals 21. Doot, doot, doot. What we just found is that this is a scenario that's always true. Here's an example of infinite solutions. Okay, so if you come out and you end up with a true statement, just like we did before, and you can just stop there. You don't have to solve anything else. As soon as you get that, you know there's infinite solutions, which is also known as dependent. So don't panic if you got something funky with that. Now, depending on how you solved it, yours might be a little different, but in the end, you'll end up with infinite solutions. Okay? Let's take a look. I know we're getting through, but let's take a look at number 4. This one's set up pretty well to eliminate, to start with eliminate. Okay? So, again, if I focus on these equations, if I just look at triangle and square, I'm going to say the easiest thing is to eliminate z. So eliminate z, and again, you will need to do the same thing for these two. What that's going to look like is just triangle and square. If I end up multiplying triangle by -1, that'll change my z to positive. So as you get more comfortable, you might be able to skip a few intermediary steps, but please practice these first till you start doing fancy stuff. Square, I don't need to change. And notice the z's should cancel, so I'm left with -2x, I'm left with -x. Minus y, plus y, sorry, equals -7. There's a new equation. I'll make it star. And I need to eliminate z from square and triangle. Now, fortunately, I don't even need to change anything. The z's are already opposite. So I don't need to change anything. I'll still write it out here just to make it look nice. We're almost done. The z's will cancel. 2x minus 2y equals -8. And I'll label this one, I haven't used circle yet. So, as you might have guessed, at this point, we'll take star and circle, and we'll just use elimination or substitution on those two. So, really, again, you have your choice. Now, we're going to have something fancy happen with this one again, not to skip to the conclusion. If I multiply star by 2, what that's going to become is -2x plus 2y minus 14. So just going to go ahead and put that there. And let's see what happens here. So again, our x's cancel, our y's cancel. So we're left with 0, not that circle, 0 equals -22. Okay, that is not a true expression. Therefore, this is an example of no solutions or inconsistent. Okay, so don't panic if you end up with something like that. That is possible still to go from there. Again, you might do these a little differently. So it's very important to practice, keep your work neat, and of course just try your best. Homework problems, I actually made these ones for you as well. So you'll see the worksheet, and there are the answers provided. Make sure that you check them. Okay, this is definitely a skill you need to practice. And if you have questions, let me know, but I am going to want to see your practice so that I can critique them. So there's a worksheet for that homework. Great job, guys. Just do your very best.